All right, good Thursday evening, everybody. We're live here on Ken's 5 talking weather. It was a clear day. We had a couple of clouds this morning, and that eventually cleared up to sunshine. We had a nice afternoon, and it was warm despite yesterday's cold front. It did move through and provided a couple of hit or miss showers here and there, but most of us stay dry, unfortunately, because we do need it. If you've seen the latest drought report, which we can take a look at later, it's worsened, and while September began off, on a wet note, we had a couple of rounds of rain earlier this month. It's been trending a lot drier, and unfortunately, by next week and the week after, mostly the same. No big weather events are expected in the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, we could use them because, again, water restrictions, drought, that's all a big concern. But next several days, and I think, matter of fact, next week or so, should be mostly dry with temperatures in the upper 80s, lower 90s. A little bit above average, but we will see some comfortable mornings. That's something that we have to look forward to. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, and Sunday morning will feel awesome. So next few mornings, especially this weekend, maybe, shave out an hour or so to enjoy the morning weather because it'll feel great, especially if you're in the hill country. You'll see temperatures dip down into the middle 50s Saturday morning and Sunday morning. It's going to be really awesome. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, join the conversation. From Ann, when's the next best chance for rain for the hill country? Mid-October? Yeah, I would say so, because the next 1 to 2 weeks have no decent, significant chance for rain. So we're hoping by like the middle part of October, things change, the pattern shifts a little bit because right now it's trending a lot drier than we expected. So aside from a couple of hit or miss showers yesterday, that was pretty much the best we can do in the foreseeable future. So we do not have any good rain chances going forward. There's a live look outside. Looks great. Here is the rainfall update. These are San Antonio numbers, by the way. Excuse me. Year-to-date rainfall, 25 inches of rain so far for the airport in San Antonio. That's about an inch of rain above average. So we're at a surplus for now. But take a look at this time. The last 3 years, back in, again, from 24 to 23, 22, each year at this year-to-date rainfall, at this date, last year we were trending about a couple of inches below average, in 23, 9 inches below normal, and then back in 2022, which, by the way, was one of the driest years on record. Really bad for 22. That was about, over 2 feet below normal. So we're doing okay for this year. We just need more rain to catch up because if we continue with this dry spell, that number is going to keep going down and down and down, and we do not want that. All right, so a sneak peek at the weekend. High temperature of 92 on Saturday, 90 on Sunday. Look at the mornings. It'll feel great. So again, just, shave out a couple of hours or maybe 30 minutes for Saturday morning and Sunday morning. It's going to feel great, especially again in the hill country, northern San Antonio, likely to dip down into the mid to lower 60s in some areas. So next few mornings going to feel nice outside. Right now it's a beautiful sunset, 87. Feels like 85 because of the lower humidity. That's one reason why we'll see nice mornings going forward is because of a brief drop in humidity. Courtesy of a north wind at 12 miles an hour. That's what happens when you get frontal boundaries moving in, little weak cold fronts that'll usher in winds from the north, and that'll sometimes, most of the time, push out the humidity. So that's what we like to see. All right, so it feels great outside. 87 in the city, 81 at Bernie, 90 at Eagle Pass, 86 at Kennedy, 87 at San Marcos, 78 at Fredericksburg. It felt great in the hill country today. Now, satellite and radar quiet. You can see a couple of offshore thinner showers, nothing severe, and most of it is leaving Texas, unfortunately. All right, this evening, tomorrow morning, just know that it will get cooler. It'll feel great. Clear skies, lower humidity. Those are two factors you need for temperatures to cool down overnight. So the dry air will help out with that. If you're in Kerrville, tomorrow morning you're waking up to 58, Rock Springs 59, Del Rio 68. Anywhere south of I-10, lower to middle 70s, some upper 60s around I-10. But anywhere from San Antonio, San Marcos, pointing northward, feels great tomorrow morning. Feels awesome. And I don't want to call that chilly, but 58 degrees, 57 in Fredericksburg, Kerr County, Kendall County. That's a little chilly. So tomorrow morning will feel phenomenal. It'll feel like fall for a couple of hours. And then after about 9 and 10 a.m., things warm up pretty fast. And it's going to be a warm afternoon with daytime highs like right around 91 and 92 here in San Antonio. Matter of fact, here's the forecast highs across the region. The hill country should stop in the mid to upper 80s. Not bad for Bernie, Kerrville, Fredericksburg at like 86 to 88. Not bad at all. San Antonio stopping at 91, as well as a lot of different areas around the region like New Braunfels, San Marcos, Seguin stopping at 92 tomorrow under a sunny sky. 93 at Del Rio and 92 at Pleasanton. So tomorrow, a few ticks above average, but not bad, especially with the morning temperatures. Upper level setup. So here it is, a drier pattern. Now, this ridge is not going to be directly overhead, but what it will do is just provide a drier pattern going forward. So between now and next Wednesday, just kind of going back and forth. And what that does, it just creates a lot of dry air, sinking air motion, and what that also provides is unfortunately a drier, more sunny setup. So a lot of folks asking about, when's the next rain event? Well, not anytime soon, unfortunately. Matter of fact, I think we round out September dry, highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s, a little warm, but near average. And then early October, probably starting off on a dry note, but hopefully by the middle part of October, this pattern changes. But this does show you the long-range outlook based on, different factors like the upper level setup, surface temperatures, things like that, humidity. And it looks like the entire state, for the most part, at or below average precip, which means just translates to a very dry setup between now and early October. We could definitely use some more rain, that's for sure. Okay, speaking of rain, tropics are a little active. We have Tropical Storm Umberto in the Atlantic Basin. It is a moderate tropical storm. It's gaining some momentum and strength. Winds are at 60 miles an hour, moving northwest at 6, and pressures are on 1,000 millibar. We're watching this because obviously, late September can a lot of the time produce a lot of dangerous, powerful hurricanes. And both these systems, which you're looking at right here, are expected to become hurricanes in the coming days, through the weekend, I would say. Now, I said both systems because there's Tropical Storm Umberto, and then right here is a tropical wave. This is what the Hurricane Center is designating Invest 94L. Invest is just a short abbreviation for investigative area. So the Hurricane Center is watching it, has somewhat of a defined center. It's very disorganized, but a lot of the models have it moving west, northwest, and it looks like that'll become Tropical Storm Imelda eventually through the weekend. And then that same system that's over like the Dominican Republic right now will move farther north towards like Georgia and the South Carolina coastline. And that'll likely make landfall sometime around Monday morning, Monday afternoon, based on the latest guidance. And again, that would be Tropical Storm Imelda. To the east, though, Umberto, despite it being pretty powerful right now, winds are at 60 miles an hour, not expected to make a direct landfall. Not in Bermuda, not in the U.S. It should probably, just like the last couple of storms, a lot of them form in the Atlantic. They move towards the U.S., but then they turn farther north, and then they move back over open water. That's exactly what we're thinking for Umberto. However, what is to come from Tropical Storm Imelda, that'll likely make a U.S. landfall sometime early next week, Monday, Tuesday. And a lot of the guidance, the spaghetti plot, the forecast models are saying like South Carolina, around that region. It can be anywhere from Georgia to North Carolina, but it looks like South Carolina will see most of the coastal conditions, the flooding, and some of the rain associated with this storm. I think as it moves near land for the next couple of days, it'll have a hard time strengthening. But model guidance says anywhere from a tropical storm to maybe a Cat 1 hurricane. But it'll lose time over water, but something to watch because it's hurricane season. That water is warm, and that's all you need, including a couple of other factors to get storms going and more active. So we're going to be watching that very closely. But that is a look at Umberto and then soon to be called Tropical Storm Imelda. That is the 14-day right here. So you can see back here at home, 91 today, mid-60s through tomorrow morning and Saturday morning. Sunday morning a little warmer, but I think the next few mornings will feel phenomenal. Lower humidity, dry air, clear skies, it'll all make for a nice setup for some comfortable, pleasant mornings for our area. High temperature, normal high this time of year is 88 to 89. We'll be right around 90 to 91 next several days. So pretty warm, a few ticks above average. By Monday, 88, 90 on Tuesday, and as you can see, no big winner, no, blockbuster chance at any rainfall anytime soon. That ridge of high pressure just going to keep us pretty quiet for the next 7 days. And it's not until, again, mid-October where things hopefully change. But right now, no big chance for rain or storms in this forecast. Download the KENS 5 app. It is free in the App Store. You can download it today. We have additional updates on, again, tropical updates. You know, we were talking about Tropical Storm Umberto and that other tropical wave near like the Dominican Republic. On the KENS 5 app, we have additional updates. You can download it free today. Otherwise, enjoy a clear start to your day tomorrow. Mid-60s and some upper 50s waiting for you in the hill country. So a nice morning ahead, mostly clear Friday. And there's a couple of clouds Saturday and Sunday with daytime highs in the lower 90s. Have a great Thursday evening, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you on KENS 5 News at 10.